Something else that I would like to emphasize concerning discipline is that you're going to realize that when you wake up in the morning and you have your duty that you need to do in your workplace, even if you are sick, sometimes you have to go, but you are tired, you are lazy, you wake up, you go, and you accomplish the duty. Because if you keep missing the duty with a certain amount of time, you are going to be replaced by somebody else. And what makes you think that God will not replace you by somebody else if you keeping taking his job for granted? If you keep it on taking his relationship, your relationship with him to granted, he will have no choice but to put somebody else on your place. And that's the thing that has been happening with many Christians today. Because the enemy has the ability, people of God, to come in front of you with something that has nothing to do with what God has for you. Because the enemy understand the notion of time, okay, and he know that if he can keep you busy enough on the things that are even good, not only on the things of the Lord, but on the things that are good, but has nothing to do with your call, with your calling, your destiny, with where God wants you to be, he will end up leading you astray. He will end up leading you astray. But Christian, they still enjoy their life and doing the things of the Lord like it's a joke, or like, human being has hurt you and you put that on God. God, I serve you, I honor you. Joseph was hurt by his brother of blood, sold as a slave. People mocked Abraham. You guys, you need to start learning about this. That the more you get deep with the Most High, the more you get deep with the word of the Lord, the more people is going to be hating you. This should be the your you need to get used to those things. You need to start carrying your strength from those kind of behaviors towards that people will have around you, because that's the definition of somebody who feared the Lord. The more you serve God, the more you will be rejected by your entourage. The more you are devoted to the Most High, the more you will be rejected and hate and even lonely for a lot of time. The wilderness is not a place where you're just going to cross it easily like this. Okay. And it will depend on how obedient you are. If you get into the wilderness and you're acting like you were still in your house, or you're acting like you're already in the promised land, you're going to remain there forever. Some of us, we are still in the wilderness, but we are acting like we are already in the promised land. We don't even have the ability to stay in the promised land, but we are behaving like we already have that abilities. And God is watching all those things. Because what God has for me, it is not what he has for you. So my wilderness, it will not be the same as yours. The trials, in other words, my trials, my tribulations, my sufferings, my story will never ever be yours. The story of Abraham was not the story of David. The story of David was not the story of Joseph or Job. All of them has a specific stories, and every single story has a deep and significant and an important message that the Lord wanted to use them to communicate to us. And we use those stories to build up our own personal relationship with God and finding our way in Christ. We are not those stories. No, it's just there to help them know more about God and become the person that God has called us to become. But some of us, we take those stories like it's supposed to be our life. No. So work hard on yourself. Work hard on yourself. Discipline yourself. Discipline yourself again and again and again and again. Don't let laziness define the trajectory of your life. And don't let nobody, even me that I'm preaching this to you, don't allow me defining, like, don't allow me be the one that we should. No, just use what I'm telling you, because what I'm telling you is what I've learned as well. According to what God has shown me, I've used them to become the person that I'm becoming today, and the person I'm going to become in the future, and use them as well to figure out your own path with God and work out. But be disciplined. Nothing in this earth grow without discipline. Mark my word. I'm not making this to telling you the truth from the heart. If you don't, if you keep finding excuses, you're gonna find yourself being stuck for years and years, and you won't move. You won't move.